There are aircraft that can fly at 2,200 miles per hour carrying nuclear weapons. Aircraft that cost $2 billion each and can't be detected on radar until it's too late. Aircraft designed specifically to destroy other aircraft in seconds. And aircraft that exist solely to refuel other aircraft mid-flight because modern warfare happens too fast to land. This is every type of military aircraft explained, and why each one represents a specific solution to a specific problem of killing efficiently. Fighter jets, built for one purpose, destroy enemy aircraft. Fighter jets exist to establish air superiority. You kill the enemy's planes so your planes can operate freely. Everything else in modern warfare depends on this. Without air superiority, your ground troops get bombed, your ships get sunk, and your bombers can't reach targets. Fighters are the foundation. The F-22 Raptor is the most dominant air superiority fighter ever built. It costs $150 million per aircraft. Top speed, Mach 2.25, that's 1,500 miles per hour. It carries 6 AIM-120 missiles internally for stealth, plus 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders. The F-22's advantage isn't just speed, it's that enemy fighters can't see it on radar until the F-22 has already fired missiles. By the time you know an F-22 is there, you're dead. But here's what makes the F-22 untouchable. It can supercruise, fly supersonic without afterburners. Every other fighter has to choose between going fast and having fuel. The F-22 goes fast continuously. It sees you first, shoots first, and you never get a chance to fight back. F-22 SAF routinely achieve 30-to-1 kill ratios. That's not exaggeration. That's the performance gap between stealth and non-stealth. The F-35 Lightning II is the multi-role version. It does air-to-air combat, but also ground attack and reconnaissance. 3,500 F-35s are planned across multiple countries. It's slower than the F-22, Mach 1.6, but costs less at $80 million per aircraft. The F-35's advantage is sensor fusion. It collects data from radar, infrared, and other aircraft, then displays everything on one screen. Pilots don't just see the enemy, they see everything the enemy is doing in real time. Here's the brutal reality of modern fighter combat. World War II had planes turning and burning, pilots seeing each other face to face. Modern fighters kill from 50 to 100 miles away. You fire a missile before the enemy knows you're there. They see the missile warning, then they die. That's it. The fighter that sees first wins. Bombers, carrying more explosives than small countries use in wars. Bombers exist to deliver massive payloads over long distances. Fighters carry 2 Miters 4 tons of weapons. Bombers carry 30 ABS, 70 tons. They're not fast or maneuverable. They're flying trucks designed to flatten cities or destroy entire military installations in single missions. The B-52 Stratofortress has been in service since 1952 and will fly until 2050, a 100-year service life. It carries 70,000 pounds of bombs. That's the payload of 23 World War II bombers in a single aircraft. The B-52 can fly 8,800 miles without refueling, which means it can hit any target on Earth from U.S. bases. Top speed is only 650 miles per hour, but it doesn't need speed. It launches cruise missiles from 500 miles away, where enemy defenses can't reach it. That sounds insane until you realize one B-52 mission can destroy what would take dozens of fighter sorties. It's economically efficient destruction. The U.S. has 76 B-52 SEF in service, and each one can carry nuclear weapons if needed. That's the real purpose, nuclear deterrent that can reach anywhere. The B-2 Spirit stealth bomber is the ultimate strategic weapon. Only 21 were built because each one cost $2.1 billion. Yes, billion with a B. The B-2 is invisible to radar. It's shaped to flex radar waves so effectively that it appears as a small bird on screens. It carries 40,000 pounds of weapons and can penetrate enemy airspace that would destroy any other bomber. Here's what the B-2 actually does. B-2 SAV fly into enemy territory and destroy air defense systems. They hit radar sites, surface-to-air missile batteries, and command centers. After the B-2 city clear the path, other aircraft can operate safely. It's the aircraft that makes modern warfare possible by eliminating the enemy's ability to fight back. But the cost is staggering. $2.1 billion per aircraft, $135,000 per flight hour. The B-2's stealth coating requires climate-controlled hangars and constant maintenance. After every mission, crews spend 50-plus hours repairing the coating. It's the most expensive aircraft ever built, but it's also the only bomber that can survive against modern air defenses. Attack aircraft, close air support for ground troops. Attack aircraft exists to support ground forces. When your soldiers are pinned down by enemy fire, attack aircraft arrive and destroy whatever's shooting at them. They're slower than fighters, carry less than bombers, but they're built to operate at low altitude where they can actually see ground targets. The A-10 Thunderbolt II is a flying tank built around a gun. The GIAO-8 Avenger cannon fires 3,900 rounds per minute of 30 depleted uranium shells that punch through tank armor. The pilot doesn't sit in a cockpit, they sit in a titanium bathtub that can withstand direct hits from 23 cannon fire. The A-10 is slow, 450 miles per hour max, an old first flight 1972. But it survived every attempt to retire it because ground troops love it. Here's why the A-10 is unkillable politically. It works. When soldiers are in contact with enemy forces and need air support immediately, the A-10 shows up and kills everything threatening them. It can loiter over battlefields for 2+ hours, something fast jets can't do. It carries 16,000 pounds of bombs and missiles, and it survived missions with half a wing shot off because it's designed for damage tolerance. The AC-130 gunship is a cargo plane converted into a flying artillery platform. It carries a 105 howitzer, 40 cannon, and 25 Gatling gun mounted on the left side. The AC-130 flies in circles around targets, while all three weapons fire continuously. It can destroy 50+ targets in a single mission: vehicles, buildings, troops in the open. The downside is it's only effective against enemies without air defenses. Surface-to-air missiles will destroy an AC-130 easily, transport aircraft. Moving armies across oceans. Military power means nothing if you can't deploy it. Transport aircraft move troops, vehicles, and supplies anywhere in the world within 24-48 hours. They're not glamorous, but they're essential. The C-17 Globemaster III is the workhorse strategic transport. It carries 170,000 pounds of cargo, that's 100+ soldiers with equipment, or 18 pallets of supplies, or one M1 Abrams tank. The C-17 can fly 2,400 miles with full load and land on 3 500-foot runways. That means it can deliver an entire combat unit directly to austere airfields near combat zones. The C-5M Super Galaxy is bigger. It carries 280,000 pounds. That's 2 M1 Abrams tanks or 6 Apache helicopters. Only 52 are in service because they're massive and expensive to operate, $100,000 per flight hour. The C-5 is what moves heavy equipment across oceans when you need division-level firepower delivered to another continent. But here's the vulnerability. Transport aircraft are defenseless, slow targets. They only operate in airspace that fighters have already secured. If enemy fighters are active, transports don't fly. That's why air superiority comes first. Without it, you can't move anything. Tanker aircraft. The reason modern air warfare works. Fighter jets have range limitations. An F-22 can fly 1,850 miles. But combat happens globally. How do fighters based in the U.S. strike targets 6,000 miles away? Aerial refueling. Tankers are the reason the U.S. can project air power anywhere. The KC-135 Stratotanker has been refueling aircraft since 1957. It carries 200,000 pounds of fuel and can refuel multiple aircraft per mission. A single KC-135 extends fighter range by 2,000 plus miles. The U.S. operates 396 KC-135s because without them, fighters and bombers can't reach most targets. The KC-46 Pegasus is replacing the KC-135. It carries 212,000 pounds of fuel and can refuel via boom or drogue system, making it compatible with all Allied aircraft. Each KC-46 costs $240 million. That seems expensive until you realize one tanker enables 6 Med-State fighters to operate 3,000 miles from base. The math is actually efficient. Here's the strategic reality. The U.S. can strike anywhere on Earth within hours because of tankers. You launch fighters from continental U.S., they refuel multiple times over the Atlantic or Pacific, strike targets, refuel again, and return home. Without tankers, fighters are limited to 1,000-mile radius operations. With tankers, they're global weapons. Electronic warfare aircraft, fighting invisible battles. Modern warfare isn't just bombs and bullets. It's radar, communications, and electronic systems. Electronic warfare aircraft jam enemy radar, intercept communications, and disrupt command systems. They make the enemy blind and deaf. The EA-18 Growler is an electronic attack aircraft based on the FA-18 Super Hornet. It carries LQ-99 jamming pods that can disrupt enemy radar systems from 50-plus miles away. When air defenses can't see incoming aircraft, they can't shoot them down. The Growler creates corridors through enemy air defenses that strike aircraft use to penetrate safely. The E-3 Sentry AWACS Airborne Warning and Control System is a flying radar station. It can detect aircraft 250-plus miles away and track 600-plus targets simultaneously. AWACS aircraft coordinate entire air battles, directing fighters to targets and warning them of threats. They're force multipliers. One AWACS makes every fighter in the area significantly more effective. Here's why these aircraft are critical. Modern air defense systems are sophisticated. Russia's S-400 can track 100 targets and engage 6 simultaneously. China's HQ-9 can shoot down aircraft at 125 miles. You can't just fly bombers through these systems and hope. Electronic warfare aircraft suppress the defenses first, creating gaps that strike packages exploit. Without EW, modern air operations would suffer catastrophic losses. Reconnaissance aircraft, seeing everything from 70,000 feet. Intelligence determines military success. You need to know where enemy forces are, what they're doing, and what capabilities they have. Reconnaissance aircraft provide this information from altitudes and distances where they can't be engaged. The U-2 Dragon Lady flies at 70,000 feet, 13 miles above Earth. At that altitude, surface-to-air missiles can't reach it, and the aircraft can photograph or use sensors to monitor areas 300-plus miles across. The U-2 requires specialized pilots wearing pressure suits, similar to astronauts because the altitude is lethal without pressurization. It's been in service since 1956 because high-altitude reconnaissance remains effective. The RQ-4 Global Hawk is an unmanned reconnaissance drone with 130-foot wingspan. It flies at 60,000 feet for 30-plus hours per mission, covering areas the size of Illinois in a single flight. It costs $131 million per aircraft, but requires no pilot, no life support, and can monitor hostile areas continuously without risking human lives. Here's the intelligence advantage. These aircraft see everything. Troop movements, supply convoys, command posts, weapon systems, all visible from 70,000 feet. Commanders make decisions based on real-time intelligence that reconnaissance aircraft provide. Without this overhead view, military operations are blind guessing. Helicopter gunships, tanks that fly. Helicopters aren't as fast as fixed-wing aircraft, but they hover, fly sideways, and operate from anywhere with flat ground. Attack helicopters are essentially flying tanks designed to destroy ground targets. The AH-64 Apache carries 16 Hellfire missiles and a 30 chain gun with 1,200 rounds. The Apache's targeting system can track 256 targets simultaneously and prioritize threats automatically. Pilots wear helmets with targeting displays. Wherever they look, the gun points. It's like having weapons integrated directly into your vision. The cost is $35 million per Apache, but the firepower justifies it. One Apache can destroy an entire armored column. They operate at night using infrared sensors, hitting targets that can't even see them. But here's the vulnerability. Helicopters are slow compared to jets. Surface-to-air missiles and anti-aircraft guns can shoot them down easily. Apaches only operate in environments where air defenses have been suppressed. That's why the sequence matters. Fighters establish air superiority, EW aircraft suppress defenses. Then attack helicopters operate safely. Why every type exists. The system only works together. Here's the pattern you've noticed. No single aircraft wins wars. The system wins. Fighters secure airspace. Bombers destroy strategic targets. Attack aircraft support ground troops. Transports move forces. Tankers extend range. EOD aircraft suppress defenses. Reconnaissance provides intelligence. Helicopters provide close support. Each aircraft is optimized for specific missions. You can't make a single aircraft that does everything well. An F-22 can't carry 70,000 pounds of bombs. A B-52 can't dogfight. An A-10 can't fly at 70,000 feet. Specialization creates effectiveness. The U.S. operates approximately 13,000 military aircraft across all types. That's more than the next 7 countries combined. The advantage isn't any single aircraft. It's the integrated system where every type supports the others. Tankers enable bombers to reach targets. Fighters protect bombers. EW aircraft blind defenses. Transports deploy forces. The system is the weapon. That's every major type of military aircraft explained. From fighters killing at 100 miles to helicopters hovering at 100 feet. From stealth bombers costing billions to transports moving tanks across oceans. Each one represents a specific solution to a specific problem. And together, they represent the reason the U.S. can project military power anywhere on Earth within 24 hours. The aircraft aren't just machines. They're the tools that make global warfare possible.